Yo, how's it going, people of YouTube? Kevin Rastani here, back again with another video, 2 days in a row. I kept my promise of uploading frequently during my Christmas break, and so I'm keeping that going. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some news emerging with the PS5. So there's been news that's been going around for 2020 that PS5 is going to be released. Sony has already confirmed that there will be a PS5 coming out Christmas 2020, and so in today's video I'm going to talk about some new features that are being developed for the PS5 and more news surrounding the PS5 and what the console will bring for us in 2020 and for the start of the new decade. So as you all know, the PS5 is considered to be one of the most anticipated consoles, if not product of the year, coming out in 2020, and it seems that a lot of news sources have gathered a lot of information in a small short period of time about the capabilities and features coming on the PS5 in 2020. So according to news sources BGR, Sony is planning on making a huge tease at CES for a feature that will potentially come on the PS5. And we're not sure about this yet, so take it with a grain of salt, but they're stated that the PS5 will be fully unveiled as soon as February during a special event. So essentially, they're trying to do what they did with the PS4, not release it at the Game Awards like Xbox did this year with their Xbox Series X, which is going to be the competitor of the PlayStation 5 coming the year 2020. And they're going to release it just like they did with the PS4. So they're going to hold a special event, so like a Sony event for the PlayStation, and which will unveil further information about the console, the spec, all that good stuff that will come with the PlayStation 5 for the year 2020. And it's been also stated by news sources that the PlayStation 5 will come with a backwards compatible feature for not only PS4 games that have been released in the past years, but also PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1. So essentially covering all the PlayStation generations of consoles that have been released in the past years. According to other news sources, Sony has been working on this feature since 2012, and this was their goal to basically make a Sony be a part of everything everywhere mantra. So this was their sort of a catchphrase. They wanted to make Sony be everywhere surrounded. And so basically, players who have purchased many PlayStation titles since the original console was launched basically will be able to re-experience all those games on the new PS5. So honestly, I think this is a really cool feature that they're trying to add to the PS5, since I have owned games from the PS2 and the PS3 that I wish I could have played on the PS4, but I wasn't able to. And so now that the PS5 is coming out, that's huge news for all the gamers that had games from the first console of PlayStation 5. So you can play all the old titles like Metal Gear Solid. I remember I was used to playing the Simpsons game, Hit and Run. What a good game that was. So all these good games are going to be able to be played on the PlayStation 5. So basically, all the Call of Duty games like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, all these good games will be able to run on the PlayStation 5. And other leakers have been saying that the remastered engine that the PS5 is getting will not only allow players to play older games on the new machine, but old games might be enhanced to deliver a more modern gameplay experience. So this makes the PS5 one of the most anticipated consoles in my opinion, because if you're able to play Modern Warfare or old PlayStation games at a more modern looking gameplay experience, so the quality of the graphics will be higher than what it was on the old consoles, that will make it 100% way better than the PlayStation 4 already. Because if you can play those old games right away on the PlayStation 5 with a better graphics quality, right away the PlayStation 5 is one of the most anticipated consoles to come out this year. And Sony will be also looking to compete with the backwards compatibility of the Xbox, since they've had it since the Xbox One. Yeah, they had it since the Xbox One, I think, I'm pretty sure. And this makes it even more competitive in the gaming industry, since Xbox has wasted no time in explaining what their next console is going to look like, and gave all the specs and information about their consoles at this year's Game Awards, where Sony decided to keep it quiet and just say that yes, we will also have a console for 2020. So Sony is keeping it very low-key for their next console release, and I think this is a good strategy to build up the hype around what the PlayStation 5 is going to be and how it's going to look like. So now it's funny because Nintendo is also releasing a Switch Pro during this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to compete against these high capable consoles like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. And so it's going to be interesting to see when Nintendo will give more news about the Switch Pro, as it's very there hasn't been any news related to this recently. And so in any case, my name is Kayvon Rastani, covering the latest gaming news across the world, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.